Hello lovely people and welcome back to my channel. We are now on to part 7 of Beacon Pines. As you'll remember in the last episode we went with Ziggy this time with his mutant self after we pushed him in the chemically gunk stuff. We then went into the treehouse and escaped into this barren wasteland covered in snow. We met this lovely lady who, well, only time will reveal who she is, and we're hoping to find out more this way. Rolo's still missing, hidden somewhere, taken by Mr. Nuncreek. And Gran is obviously part of all this. So let's carry on with the story. The source.
Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rolo said he was underground somewhere, captured.
Yes, Mr. Nuncreed has him.
Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies.
Oh god, yeah. William Kerr. I knew he was dodgy from the beginning. He just had that look about him.
The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy.
Oh god, so many clipboards.
It all seemed to point to perennial harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know.
And the fowl harvest, where it all began.
Luca stopped dead in his tracks. The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth.
Oh, how did they manage to uproot a whole tree?
He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow. His numb hands hit something hard, a headstone. A
How
dry
did they
whisper
manage
escaped Luca's lips.
to move a headstone and everything? Complete replicas. That must have taken so much effort. You're here. All this time I thought I was visiting you, but you've been here, alone, in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. Oh, bless him. That's one way to make you feel so bad. Visiting the wrong grave. They ruined your favourite spot in the world. So are we in the real one now? And before we were in the fake Beacon Pines? And nobody even knew? Our favourite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply, just snow-covered silence.
So this snow-covered silence is the destroyed Beacon Pines and a completely new Beacon Pines, which will be frozen over in ice instantly. Oh my god. Because of Gran and Mr. Nuncreed and their secrets and lies. Why'd you give me the slip like that? What if I couldn't find you, you jerk? Can't just be nice for 2 seconds, can you, Iggy?
Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
Oh, it's not the clipboards. They haven't found us, have they? We gotta hide! Ooh, no. It's not the clipboards. It's more hazmat people. 259k. Fallout distance, still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? Well, yeah. some massive big cover-up this has been. That's the grave of someone with a family. Yeah, our family hiding in the bush. Oh my god, it's all your guys' fault because of your stupid money-grabbing chemicals and shit. The people who love them will never know the truth. The truth is overrated. Well, mate, we are getting close to the truth, so watch out.
He bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey! Don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah. I wonder if our mum's, like, something to do with all of this, and that's why she's gone missing, because she's been taken as well as Rolo's been taken. It's almost lunchtime. Haha, weirdo. What a response. Someone's thinking of their belly. Here, I thought I was a jerk. You still are a jerk, but you're just not the biggest jerk. Those dinguses out here literally dancing on graves.
Luca stuttered through heaving sobs.
Oh, poor Luca. I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some advice.
Iggy gave Luca a solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey. Who's any of this helping? He's right, but still. Really? Smack on the back of the head? Snap out of it? What? Sitting here in the snow crying like some pushover. Who you helping? Iggy, look what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luca Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. Well, yeah, that's exactly how you got in this situation. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you acting like a horse's ass, I should stand up for myself. Hell yeah! Kurt and his merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right? Yeah, because they were trying to cover up the whole issue that they massively fucked up. Nat mentioned something about a
Luca
source.
wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever's at the source must be awfully valuable to perennial harvest. Sure would be a shame if something unfortunate were to happen to their precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. Ah, you've actually come up with a good idea, Iggy, for once. And what if it's too big to smash?
Iggy flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge. Wow, I can see that. Oh. I'm gonna make this right, Dad. I promise. Let's do this. Locate the source. Well, we already know where the source is because it's the water fountain. We definitely found that out in the other one. It can get awfully cold out in those woods, Luca. Probably best you two stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way. Where's Rolo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh heavens no. Do I seem like a killer to you?
Iggy and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Exactly. You've destroyed like a whole town and replaced it as your cover-up. Yeah, we don't believe any word that comes out of your mouth. Who knows where Rolo is? Well, do I? Ah, shucks. Now that hurts my feelings. Screw that guy. Exactly. Screw him. Frozen beacon, real beacon pines. Sorry. Wait a minute. If this is the original town, then that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What have you been hiding in there? What's that? Long story. So a few years back, I came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker stuff they give kids. Oh. The good stuff. You actually do have your uses, Iggy. So why did you bury it under a tree? Probably because it's illegal. That's the long part of the story. You and Rolo were doing chores at Rolo's chicken coop, and you guys pissed me off for some reason or another.
Luca rolled his eyes with realization.
So what were you planning on doing? No, you didn't.
Iggy stifled a chuckle.
Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare. But like I said, these were some primo fireworks, so I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop? I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. Sorry, but you should have seen the looks on your faces. Rolo got grounded for months. Yeah, poor Rolo, that's all your fault. Which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried him under that tree. But when I came back for him later, they were gone. I figured some grown-up had found him and tossed
Iggy
him.
triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Ah, so in one day, they managed to take one whole town and replace it somewhere else without anyone even noticing. Because that kind of makes sense. Unless they were all sleeping and didn't even realise there was a missing day because they'd all been, I don't know, gassed or something. Turns out it wasn't the fireworks that got me. It was us. Unbelievable. Although very well timed on that part. This stuff look familiar to you? Looks like the barrel near the puddle shoved me into, yeah. Do you think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo. You're not a hero. You're a little brat who is in way over his head. And you're a massive dickhead who we are gonna take town. Ugh. Who are we gonna take town? Who we are gonna take down. And uncover your little secret of lies and town moving and whoever else you probably killed off. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Or giving them really good ideas, for this one at least. Everyone thinks there's a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? I should hope so, else we'll all end up frozen. You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepare for blast off, loser. You said it. You definitely said it. Can't believe everything's just frozen and derelict. And oh, look at all the crookedy town pool sign. Crooked. Just like this whole stinking place. Huh, we got another charm out of that one. Ideal. Oh, look at it all. Can't go to the last chance diner. Somebody's obviously been back digging some kind of hole. Oh, so I guess the only way is this hole.
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo, 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 echo. Oh. can see why they wanted to move us all out of town now. But why would they dig a giant hole where the fountain is? It's not obvious that this is the source. I think this is it. This is the source? It's a dang hole. How do we smash a hole? You can't really smash it, really, but those fireworks you found might come in handy. Ew. Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Kerr! Where's Rolo? I wasn't lying before. He's safe. Well, safer than you two at least. Drats, it's cold. Well, yeah. Your fault, mate. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
Didn't have to chase us, you know. It's your fault. Self-inflicted there. It really is something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all of this? Wow, that's a doozy of a question. This is the source where they collect the unrefined,
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. Wow. I see someone else is pulling your strings, but you're still a massive dickhead and it's still mostly all your fault. Fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Well, obviously not, but he's obviously getting a decent amount of money out of it, of whoever is. Oh, heavens no. My role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Complications like us? You are a smart boy. Wow. To be honest, it was very obvious that we were the complication you were talking about.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
Oh my god, what's he going to try and do? It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive. Can't speak now. To strive for greatness. And others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you were destined to be a creepy lackey. The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in the role of a lifetime. You mean one of the villains? And you happen to be extras ready for your curtain call. Bran ain't gonna like that. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile's not gonna be so winning after we're done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It's coming from you, mate. Look what you've done. It makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a
Kerr
bit.
snapped his fingers.
Scene change. Oh god. Clipboards, hazmat people. He's got everyone. There, that's better. Deal with them.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Oh, you thinking what I'm thinking, Iggy? Fireworks time. Why are you smirking? Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop. Stop. Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you. Regret is one of my specialities. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole? Nothing. Nothing at all. Are you sure about that? Are you really, really sure with that reaction? You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know. I'm an exceptional liar. No, we saw through you straight from the beginning. I could tell you were gonna be some kind of villain because nobody liked you. Bap, bap, bap. That's far enough.
Iggy plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fool. Change your tune now, have ya? Call off your games.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Knew it. Very well. You all can head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here. Yeah, we
Mr.
got
Kerr
you there.
sighed into the frigid air.
It's just us now, Iggy. You can put that down. What? Like this?
With a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Air. Your expression, mate. I didn't think you expected us to do that, eh? Wow.
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca. Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side.
Oh my god, are we gonna lose both Iggy and Kerr in half? Kerr kind of deserved it, but you know, Iggy kind of played his part. He did something good for once.
Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped.
Got ya, Iggy.
His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
Let go of Iggy. You reckless child, what have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call them back. How? What channel do I use? Doesn't make a damn difference, they're always listening. If you do that, the clipboards will just haul us up and snag us both. Only way you get out of this is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
I was gonna say, I can't see him doing that. Long life? I'll have you know I can still play 25. You're obviously a bit older than that, mate, but you're gonna be too selfish, you ain't gonna let go. You should have heard me sing the part of Phyllis Young.
With a wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Rum-dum-dum. Rum-ba-dee-dum-dum. Wow, can you believe this guy? Now we got ourselves another charm.
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Oh no. Kerr, just let go. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's okay.
Luca felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
Oh no, Iggy's actually gonna do a really selfless thing after all this. You aren't gonna kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Nah, I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy, no.
Luca felt his hand slipping.
And I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can. It's your only way out of this mess. Two birds with one stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in packs. Oh, I kind of feel bad for Iggy now, actually doing something really selfless for once. After, you know, all the bullying and that, he's actually, nah, do it, mate.
Calm settled over Iggy's face.
Luca, let me do this.
Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing for once. Oh god, we're gonna have to... William Kerr's a pain in the butt, but I really don't want to let go of Iggy. I kind of feel bad for him. No, we'll
Luca
refuse.
had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request. He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket.
This probably might not end well, but I'm gonna have to refuse first because I feel so bad for Iggy. Actually, you know, after we kind of got to know him after his mutant self.
A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face.
Oh no. God damn, can't we just wiggle him and make Kerr let go?
That's a good lad. Now, radio for help.
God damn you, Kerr.
Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time, but Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards.
Goddamn clipboards.
Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luca. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end.
Oh, so Iggy survived, but ultimately we kind of didn't. So we literally have no choice but to let go of him.
I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
I know, I felt so bad for Iggy though. See if we've released any. Oh yeah, we've also got another one for the other side that we released with the hum. So I'm gonna go back to this one and we're gonna let go of Iggy. So, because we ain't got an option, we can't save him, so we're gonna have to just let go, and him and Kerr are gone.
Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's request. With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Oh, poor Iggy. Good. Oh no.
The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
That hole goes, but oh, I do feel bad for Iggy. That's kind of a nice ending with the explosions. Fireworks are pretty cool. Hell of a goodbye, Iggy. He obviously still had him in his backpack. Luca, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Well, I didn't step back and I was alright, so... Curious. But of course. Those fireworks of Iggy's must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before perennial harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while anyway. Only for a little while. We actually survived a second freeze. That's pretty good so far, I think. How? Tempest, liquamine, is a peculiar substance. I'm guessing that's going to be the green gunk that we've been finding everywhere and that made Iggy a mutant. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself. But doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. A useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold, and the fireworks make the whole freeze over. That's one way of putting it, yes. Okay, so when Grand in it did the placed the fire in, that was way too much fire energy, which made it completely go over the top and freeze over everything. But when Iggy done it with his fireworks, because they were only small, and some of the energy kind of travelled upwards and exploded, it was the right amount just to make the whole freeze over, to stop the whole town from freezing over again. And we've got rid of Kerr this time. As dumb luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case.
We have some idea what that would look like.
Yeah, because we've already been frozen over several times. It will take them a good while to safely break through and access the source again. If you know all this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Well, you haven't done a very good job so far. Each one of us has our role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was to buy us precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me? Why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van Horn, you are going to save the world. Oh, awesome. We're going to save the world, eh? I think we're getting there to saving the world. One step at a time.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow.
Guess I have no choice, considering everyone else seems to be missing.
Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder. Revenge served cold.
Oh.
Second time's a charm?
Oh, so did we
Wait,
do the story?
That's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good?
Yeah, apparently
I was
so.
even starting to like Iggy.
Oh, I know. Poor Iggy sacrificing himself.
No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
Okay, well. Right. It's back to the other side then. Where we hum instead of weep.
And in the stillness, he began to hum. After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody.
Oh, that's quite sweet.
It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother. Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud.
Maybe that'll get through to Gran and we'll get a different ending this way. Don't do it, Gran. You'll explode us all, freeze us all with too much energy you've got
Gran
there.
lowered the torch, listening closely. As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out. A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself.
Oh, she's obviously remembering Luca's mum.
Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note.
Ah, quite sweet family bonding moment.
Lifted his head in astonishment.
Oh, I didn't realise. Bless, we've managed to kind of chill out, Gran, and have a nice family bonding moment, so...
The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
Oh, that's so sad. How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. Buckaroo? The only people who call me that are my dad and your mother.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly. He could just make out the impression of a familiar face. He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees. Something about her was undeniably his mother.
What? So Gran is not Gran?
Only smaller, older, changed.
Mom? That's right, buckaroo. Mom!
Luca sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother.
Oh, so did Gran touch a chemical and she's just been like... Oh, Gran. I keep calling her Gran. So did my mum touch the chemical and that's what changed her, making her look like so much older, which was why then they thought that it was Gran and not his mother.
They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
So that's not Gran. That's my mother, and Gran possibly has already passed away because it was in the library in the orbitories. Eleanor? I thought you were... God? You should have known I would never abandon my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you'd have pieced it together by now. You were exposed? Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was always right here, Luca. Why Why did you lie to me? It tore me up, Luca, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us both move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. So you pretended to be Gran to protect everyone so that they wouldn't realize that you were still alive. You could have trusted me. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want. Rolo and Beck just sitting there watching in the background. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process. That's the clipboards and William Kerr. Then what do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
Yeah, Joseph. Nick and Rolo in the other story. You're just as bad. They can't be stopped. This is too big. I tried beating them at their own game, but you just ended up like freezing everyone several times. I'm done fighting fire with fire.
For the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now there's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold, hard truth.
Luca gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash. That's it. That's the way to go. By not freezing the whole world, and you can stay there, Nuncreed. You don't understand. He always wins.
Chapter 9. The Devil You Know.
Oh god, yeah, going up against William Kerr now.
7 months ago, Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand.
Ooh, we're going back. Memories.
The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency.
Ooh, are we going to get to see how Eleanor became Gran with this chemical transformation?
She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant.
Oh, lovely.
It was some sort of laboratory.
Yes, with lots of chemicals that mutate people.
In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus Liquamen.
That is going to be our green chemical liquid that is behind all of this.
There were dozens of them. Every one stamped failed.
That doesn't surprise me. Although they should probably stop dumping their chemicals everywhere and actually store them properly.
Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
And that is what change is all about. Ah, we're going back to current time. The festival. We might actually get to see the festival and the sign this time. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar. Excuse me? I will not. This town has a dangerous secret and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. Yeah, exactly. We can prove that bit. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. Well, they 100% lied about that. Hence the town move. They told us they would clean this place up. Technically, they did, but they also didn't. They just kind of, moved everything instead. We just had to leave town for a few days. But while they had us evacuated, Mrs. Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to... You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You snivelling little worm. Good insult, Granny. Oh, it's not Granny anymore. Eleanor. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please. Don't you all see this festival is a sham? An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I'm Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Oh no! Who are they going to believe? Everyone's going to be gobsmacked. Well, aren't you just sneaky as the dickens? All know the Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. Yeah, and look at the problems that caused. And now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable. It's getting them to believe her. That's going to be the issue. So that she can get the help she needs. Oh, she's not the one who's disturbed. He's actually going to help. I kind of half expected him to not bother. You two-timing clown. What an insult. You all know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. Yeah, it always is, but come on guys, you gotta all stand up and stay combined against these William Kerr and his clipboard minions. The truth is... Ooh. That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncreed.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
Ah, are we going to find out it's you that's behind it all? Yes, sir. Take them away. No, I want them to see this. Ah, the ever-tempestuous Eleanor Van Horn. You've been quite the thorn in my side, like a weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful. I gotta admit, I did not expect him to be the mastermind behind this whole situation.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party. Alas, well, at first it was to just freeze the little party, but now, yeah, we've got to disrupting it. Alas, I expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. That's very true, but it was a bit last minute as well. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr? Yes, sir. It's a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for your rousing oratory. I will take it from here. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Definitely did not expect him to be the mastermind behind it all. I thought it'd be William Kerr who was like the big top man, but you have done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed
Kerr
upon.
gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Wow. Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents.
Oh god. Please don't tell me he's gonna turn into some kind of super mutant.
A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can all call me Sharper Valentine. Oh my god, seriously? I was not expecting that twist. I thought Sharper Valentine was dead.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Oh my
A
god.
hushed horror gripped the crowd. This is a story about change.
Oh wow, it really is. What? No. Ahaha! So you did see that coming. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Oh wow, so he... How? He changed himself and was hiding among us all this time. Wow, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. Oh my god. Ha! Wonderful. Sharper Valentine Festival. Oh my god. So that's why we never got to this part yet. And that's how they changed the sign.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh.
Ha 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 ha.
Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Oh my god, everyone's just like, really? Seriously now? Can't believe we've done this. Sharper, you malicious bastard! Malice. I'm glad you're back, so I can tell you to your face, you destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again. Yes, you did. But, oh my god, I couldn't believe it was you. Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr.
William Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward! How many clipboards are they? Have they got enough clipboards to actually take everyone in town? Does anyone else have something to contribute? I don't know. That depends. We could probably outnumber the clipboards if we all work together.
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. Well, no one's going to be celebrating return. Evil mastermind, you destroyed the town, you moved it, you kept so many secrets and lied to everyone. You're clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Oh, first time he smiled in a long time. Daddy. I gave you both the greatest gift a parent could give, the opportunity to prove yourself in my absence. Squandered. That smile did not last long. I can see why. To say I am disappointed would be an understatement. But Silence, Augustus. An adult is speaking. He is an adult. He's a grown man. And he's been like depressed throughout this whole thing, and the first time he has a smile, and that's how you act. I don't know which is worse, a son who is completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Heiress, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I have been wasting time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I was focused on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? Oh God, is that what the chemical's gonna do? Please don't tell me you're gonna live forever. But what about... It's alright, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where is Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Ah, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you've said enough. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because he left me no choice. You've always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. Exactly. You and my dad, had a choice, mate. And you chose wrong. No matter, cheer up. You're about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. Yeah, rich, but with no friends or anything like that. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor, desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Oh, this is not going to end well. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again. And I am willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of Perennial Harvest? Ha! You think that puffed up blatherskite could have accomplished all of this? Dawn, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow. You've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Oh, God. Patrick C. Montesquieu, Thespian extraordinaire, at your service. Founder, I just wanted to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime. Wait! So this Bill Kerr was a patsy the whole time? Now your secret is out in the open, what's to stop this town from rising up against ya? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Oh God, he's gonna reign this town in fear, isn't he? God damn. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears most. And I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I am not afraid of you. Ha! the young hero. I've kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity if things would have gone a bit differently. Well, to be honest, several times they have gone quite differently. The big freeze was one of them. You might have had your moment of triumph, but that's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do, given time. And now time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought. But well worth it. Haha.
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat, let's get to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image.
Oh god. He really is literally going to
The
build this
fertilizer
town.
factory soon reopened for business.
But the fertilizer factory failed. We're just going to end up destroying all the vegetables, crops, and failing as a town.
Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties.
Oh god, you can't see this ending well.
Beacon Pines became famous. A secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all.
So he's going to become rich, but everyone else is going to pretty much completely mess up their vegetables and growing and earth and...
Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer.
Oh god, yeah, because of the whole freeze and coldness and...
The end. This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
Right, have we... Ah, we've got malice now for this one. So we've managed to unlock another charm and we can go malice instead of shame.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes.
Oh yes, with Rolo missing because Mr. Nuncreed took him. It's taken us.
Like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncreed's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right.
No, it was not.
He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
So because he's looking evil, we're thinking we got to get the hell out of here. I just want this to all be over. Of course, I'm sure it will all work out soon enough. So with the shame, when he looks guilty, he just throws us down and end of story because we're stuck there forever. But now he's actually looking kind of evil. So we're thinking, let's get the hell out of Dodge. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check for Rolo at the treehouse.
Luca twisted free of Nuncreed's grasp.
And we're gonna run. Of course. Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. I really, really can. We know it's you that took Rolo. Anything at all. Ooh. So we narrowly escaped him. And now we're going to go back to the treehouse. Alright, well, I am leaving this video here. We will leave the whole treehouse shenanigans for next time. For the next video. Hope you all have a lovely day and I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.